This is theFolksinger, and if you remember a few days ago we did a video called One Chord Guitar Simple to Fancy, and we concentrated on the C chord. Here it is. And we added notes from the scale around the C chord. The scale is... So while we kept this fingering pretty much constant, we went... and we used a double thumb strumming, and we sang something like, "When John Henry was a little baby, sitting on his daddy's knee, only took a hammer," so you get the idea. All around the chord of C major. Now what we want to do is we want to add a second chord. To make the G chord, we take our ring finger on the 6th string behind the 3rd fret. That gives us a G. And then we take our middle finger, put it on the 5th string behind the 2nd fret. Now the rest of the strings are part of the G chord except for the 1st string. And there we put our pinky down again on the 3rd fret, or behind the 3rd fret. So we have 2 G's. So we have a 1 and a 3 and a 5 and a 1 and a 3 and a 1. Complete G chord. And we can get that same double thumbing da, 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 with a couple of fingers picking the alternate strings to get a pattern like this. Now that we have our chord, we start to say, where can we easily get extra notes to make the chord sound a little fancier? Well, one of them is to take the pinky off, and that gives us the 6th note of the scale. Well, if we put the pinky over one, it gives us the 5th note of the scale. And so we could go from the 5th to the 6th. That's with the pinky on the 2nd string behind the 3rd fret. Then take it off, play the 1st string open, and then the 1st string behind the... See, that's a very simple... take the other fingers away so that we can just see that. So if your G chord formation is here and you're playing the G chord, you go. Notice I can play that single note open, 2nd one, and get... Then I can move my middle finger over a string, or actually to the 3rd string, and to the 4th string, and then to the 5th string, and then back. So I can go, here's the middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and then I can go with the pinky. You'll hear it if you know something about the pentatonic scale, that this is a pentatonic 5-note scale that fits with the G chord. then you can play around with the first finger, the ring finger on the 6th string, lift it up, put the middle finger down on the 2nd fret, and then put your ring finger down. So now, without really forgetting this form, here's the G form. We can go on the 6th string, and then we can go on up with the middle string, the middle finger on the 5th string, the 4th string with the 3rd string, and then we're to the 2nd string, and use our pinky on the 2nd string, and then use our pinky on the 1st string. And if we work our way slowly across, it'll sound like this. And we can make it a little fancier by doing the hammering on. Or the pulling off. Hammering on is to hit the note before you push the finger down. And pulling off is to have the finger down, pick the note, and then release the finger that's holding the note down. So now we can sing John Henry. Now we're singing it in the key of G rather than C as in the earlier video. When John Henry was a little baby, sitting on his papa's knee, only took a hammer and a little piece of steel and said, "Hammer's gonna be the death of me. Hammer's gonna be the death of me." And you practice it and practice it and practice it, and you'll pretty soon you'll find yourself innovating around the melody, never leaving this chord if you never want to. Now, since you already know the C chord, which is here, try to combine them. Da 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 da. Obviously, there's a 3rd chord we can add to this, but we'll do that in another video.